If you really had one major complaint about the Kawasaki Versys X300, it would be that friggin' hard seat, the factory original seat, what you have to sit on and ride for a couple hours on, because you only have to sit on it for 30 minutes, and really it is like sitting on a brick. So the first thing I did was a modification to the seat, and by that I ripped up the covering and got into it and decided to cut into the heavy foam. It's pretty hard foam anyway, so I figured rather than go and spend $200 or $300 or more and try to get somebody to fix it for me, I'd have a crack at it and do it myself, and it sort of worked out all right. So you can see by here now it's nice and soft, and I can get onto it now and ride it for a couple of hours with no drama, so it does the job well. So I was thinking I might undo the covering and just pull back, and you could have a bit of a look how I went to the trouble to do it. No, well, it wasn't much trouble, but you'll be able to see yourself if you want to try it yourself or do something like that, and it might be worth your trouble to do it. It works well, and you know, you can just pick up a bit of foam somewhere from a one of the old motor trimmer shop or something like that, and go into it from there, and it could save you a few bucks. Okay, we'll flip the seat over, and you'll see now that I've done all the staples down along either side. And you can come down underneath, right level to the two holes, first lot of holes there. Now you'll see the factory staples where I've stopped. So if you work on these two guidelines here, you can stop, and you don't have to go any further than that. As we peel back the seat, we get a bit of a better look idea how I went about it. To give it a bit more cushioning, I used a couple of egg type foams up on top. Layered another foam here. We'll just cut this for a minute while I can cut into it and go right into it and show you how it is. This will give you an idea now what it's sort of so comfortable to ride on anyway, because it's pretty soft material. And I just cut out a cavity of the old seat. I'm really sitting on something like that. Now when you look at the old foam, it really is firm. So to go ahead and cut that out, I used a safety blade. Marked out the area I wanted to cut out. Sliced right through the foam, down till I suppose it was an inch in cuts all one way. Swung it again in the other direction, probably about an inch apart. Then grabbed the smaller blocks and then cut into it and shaved it down one at a time, one block at a time, and then worked my way down through it, all the way through. And then got the blade with the shaver on the end of it and then brought it down to the right level. So that's how I got down to the depth, which is probably an inch or so. Then when you sit on it now, you sit into that cavity pretty well. Goes back in like so. The other goes back on top. Take the back in position, and there you are now riding on the foam again, which works well. Only thing now I'll have to redo it again, which I won't be able to do it now, but I can do it again later. But that gives you an idea, and if you ask is it worthwhile, well, it is. You know, this is my first attempt doing anything like that, and no doubt there'll be other people who can do it a lot better than me, and that won't worry me much, but it gives you an idea what you can do, and may save yourself $200 or $300 and give you an idea, you know, how to save it. Or me, well, I don't really care because I don't want to spend the money on it, because it's improved on what it was, so that's the main thing. So that's the idea of the foam fix. As far as other things go, you can get yourself, or I'm going to try to get onto a better stapler. I'm only using a hand stapler to put it all back together. I find that it does bend the staplers. It's not easy to put in. You can try heating up this plastic, and it'll probably go in a bit better if you heat it. But at this stage, it's a little bit difficult, even though I got one that was supposed to be capable of pushing through the plastic. But it held there all right in the first place, and I rode it a few hundred kilometres like it. And compared to what I was riding it like before, you know, it wasn't no picnic. So I would say, if anyone's done this sort of work before, if I can do a job like that first go, well, I'm sure someone else can do it a lot better than that, and think of some other idea. But the idea of cutting the cavity out is well worth the venture. Works well, and I'm sure you could ride this bike quite a few miles, and it'll make the world of difference, because I'm pretty sure, well, it's been proven so far, everyone's did a test on this bike has complained about one thing: it's friggin' hard seat, and it's one of the hardest seats I've sat on. And I sat on a lot of bikes with hard seats, and those Royal Enfields got the hardest seats I've sat on, and this seat's a lot worse than one of those. So anyway, that's the seat mod. So I've decided I'd rip this one apart, show you what it was like, and might be something that you might like to have a go at, or we'll see how it goes. If you like it, you can give it a thumbs up or something, and we'll see how it goes from there. And thanks for looking.